Hello again. Eventually I was going to have to talk about typewriters on this channel, and today's as good a day as any. And while I should probably introduce the subject by talking about why I like typewriters or what draws me to typewriters, or why I have so many typewriters, I thought it would be easier if I just talked about why I like this particular typewriter. I've been collecting typewriters for about 15 years, I suppose. Um, Gathering ones I find, letting go of some, selling some, trying to not fill my entire house with the big heavy machines as a favor to my family. And the typewriter we're looking at today is actually the latest addition to my collection, and this was a gift from my parents recently. That was very unexpected and was a surprise in more ways than one. So let's take a look. What we have here is an Aztec 600 portable manual typewriter, manufactured in Germany in about 1961 by the Rheinmetall typewriter manufacturing company. For export, they labeled their machines Aztec for those coming to North America. And this was towards the tail end of manufacturing by Rheinmetall, who, along with several other German manufacturers, were known for very high quality, very well designed and manufactured typewriters. So was pleased as punch to see this. One, because it's such a well designed, fine machine, and two, so rarely seen in the United States. I have never come across one in the wild, certainly. So when my folks presented this sometime last year, I was quite pleased indeed. So let's take a closer look at this outstanding machine. We see it's in this lovely two-tone blue, a dark blue, kind of a medium blue, and then a very light gray blue here. We have the emblem on the front, Aztec 600. You can see it comes in this case, which is presumably a faux leather case. Certainly typewriters that have been kept in their case are in much better condition and more likely to survive intact over the decades than ones that are out of their cases. So the case is a big deal. And not only does this have a very nice case, maybe real leather, I don't know, but it came with all the extras that are exciting to find inside of a typewriter. We have these brushes for cleaning. We have the person who owned it before clearly was using eraser pencils. Let me get those out with the brush, and there are stubs of those left, which is terrific fun. There's some typing paper in there. There's some documents that looks like they're from the previous owner, which that kind of provenance is fun to find in your typewriter. You can see this is a standard QWERTY layout, so it was not designed for use in Germany. It was made for export, if we didn't already know it from the name. But yes, manufactured in Germany for sale in North America. I'm going to take this camera off the tripod for just a moment. There's a mechanism that holds the typewriter secure in the case for travel, and there's a locking mechanism here, not focusing very well, right there, there's the lever that locks the carriage in place so it does not move and jiggle and damage itself when being transported. So neat little feature there, but I like the way it locks itself into this case, so when you pick it up it doesn't move about and injure itself. So I'm going to take it out of its case, and we'll take another look at some of its features. Before I do that, I wanted to show this actually came with the key. There's a lock on the case. You don't want somebody stealing your typewriter and such. There's a little erasure guide. You put this over the paper that you're typing on, and it leaves a little slot for the area you want to erase. And there is the key for the case. It's fantastic that it still had that intact. Didn't get lost. So here it is, some 61 years after manufacture. In pretty good shape. There are a few scrapes here and there. The back of it you can probably not see, but it does say made in Germany here. There's a big number 1 in a triangle. I'm not sure what that represents. I'm going to disengage the carriage lock so I can move it. Carriage release lever there. Looks like it has the option for 3 different line spacings. One line would move the platen 1 line space each time you activate. 2 and 3 if you're wanting to have a lot of space between lines. It is carriage shifted, so when a lot of companies had moved to basket shift, which would mean the type bars here that you can't see, but this basket of type bars would move up and down based on if you're shifting or not. The basket shift is much easier to use than a carriage shift, but this one feels very light and I don't think would be problematic at all. It has a 2-color ribbon on it, and there's a ribbon color selector here for, actually this has 4 positions, which is unique. Red. The middle must use the middle of the ribbon if you're using a single color ribbon. Black, and then for stencils where it wouldn't activate the ribbon at all when you type. You can see the ribbon is not moving as it does when it's on black. I have done nothing with this typewriter since receiving it, other than wipe a little dust off of it. So if there are issues with it, I haven't yet discovered them. But I'm going to try typing on it now and see how that works out. I'll use some of this antique paper that came with the typewriter. See how that goes. Straighten it up here. The rubber parts on the typewriter are not surprisingly kind of crunchy, old, not springy as you would expect, but okay, let's see how it does. Okay, user error on that. Whoops. Haven't typed on a typewriter in too long, apparently. Need to start getting them out and using them, but really like the action on that. It reminds me of another German and East German typewriter I have, manufactured by Optima. So German machines tend to have a feel that's recognizable. When you type on a lot of typewriters, you can recognize that. It's in beautiful shape. Again, I didn't do anything to this at all, and all the keys seem to be working fine. Definitely needs a good cleaning. Its undercarriage is a little on the dirty side. Not as bad as it could have been if it weren't in its case. But wonderful addition to my collection. And so why do I like this particular typewriter? Well, it's rare, it's well designed, it functions exactly as it was intended to function 60 years later. Did I mention it was beautiful? Maybe it's a personal preference, but I just think it's a lovely machine. So I'll be featuring some other typewriters, I'm sure, in the future, including that one that's been sitting on my desk and showing up in all these videos, but it was just sitting on my desk at work, and when I cleaned out my office at the beginning of 2020, it came home with me, and I haven't moved it from that spot. So thanks for spending this time with me as we look at this 60-year-old Aztec Rheinmetall German typewriter. And who knows what we'll cover next time. This channel kind of covers whatever it is that's floating through my mind at any given moment. So feel free to dip in here and there. I appreciate it always when you join in, watch and comment and all of that. And maybe I'll see you here again next time.